Well, hey there, litter mates. Happy solstice, merry holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas, happy wintertime. How is everyone? I hope you're all doing well. My apologies that you guys don't get jingle tonight. This is not going to be like our normal holiday special. Most of you know, most of you know that TK and I have been sick with RSV. We've been sick for, oh my gosh, almost a month now. TK got sick the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, and I was sick about 2 or 3 days after him. And I am not exaggerating when I say that this week is the first week that I have felt like a healthy human. And I'm still not 100%. You can probably hear a little bit of a frog in my throat. We usually do like a 3 hour show for the holidays. We're probably going to do about an hour, hour and a half. But we do have a show for you. We're working on something different. I'm really excited about it. We will have giveaways. I wanted to apologize because I know how much you guys love Jingle and I love bringing her out, but we just didn't have time to put that together, unfortunately. But we're here and we're celebrating the Festivus season with all of you. The best community in the whole world, if I do say so myself. It has been miserable. It really has, and it's put a damper on our holiday spirit. What? They what? But look, they said what? They do care. They do care. It put a damper on things for us, but we're trying real hard to keep up our holiday spirit. Like, we went and saw lights, which was really exciting. We've watched a different holiday movie every single night, which is awesome. Which one did we watch? Spirited? Is that what it's called? The one on Apple TV with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. I liked it. I can't believe I'm saying this. It has a little too many songs in it for me, but still. Hufflepuff represent. Yeah, this is so funny thing. And this is the only scarf I still have, and it's my favorite of all of them. It's the crocheted Hufflepuff scarf. Yeah, it was cute. It really was. We've watched the best Christmas Carol of all time, which is the Muppets Christmas Carol. We are feeling better. Like I said, there's a little congestion, but it's okay. We're good. We got it out of the way before Christmas and before my birthday. Hello, Miss Catastrophe. I don't know if Left is in here as well. I came home to a gift from the cats, and I've kind of already opened it, but I'm gonna open it on the show for you guys. And look, because because the tree is green, it's see-through right now, which means that you can see the snow through the tree. It's really kind of cool. So we're going to go ahead and open this gift. I'm going to show it off. It's from the cats. Thank you so much. And then we're not going to do a gingerbread house tonight, you guys. I designed a hat. For TK. I hand spun it. It's made out of Aria fiber. And then I decided I was going to build a pattern off of it. So we're going to do some pattern making. We're going to work on a version of this hat that's done in 2-ply DK that's not hand spun, because I want to incorporate a pattern that is hand spun friendly, but also commercial spun friendly. And it's also going to be a crocheted one as well, because you guys know I love to do knit and crochet, different options. So we're going to work on building this hat pattern together. That's what we're going to work on tonight. And also giveaways, obviously. He's visiting family. Oh, okay. Well, that's got to be nice. Well, if he's not here, you can tell him later I said thank you. Okay, so this is the gift I got. Inside there is a 2025 dad joke, 365 days of punleviable dad jokes. Sorry. And it's a dad joke calendar. It's a dad joke a day, you guys. I'm so excited about this. Most puns make me feel numb, but math puns make me feel number. And I purposely made the B sound there because they said number. Yeah. So I got so many dad jokes, you guys won't know what to do with yourselves. I feel like that's a hint that I need to bring the dad jokes back. What else is in here? I had TK open it while I was at work. I got a magnet that says portal to the cat dimension and other nightmares. Look at this. It's so cool. I actually have a shirt that's very similar to this. That's a Easy Bake Coven shirt. What's up, TK?
Did you struggle with punbelievable?
Punbelievable. Hello, Knit Cat. How are you? I got okay, and so then there was, and it's already been opened. There was mystery. It was a mystery dice set. It was a full set of dice, but it wasn't just dice. There was a sticker in there. Isn't that adorable? It's gonna go on somebody's water bottle. There's a button in there that has a gelatinous cube that's eating a Christmas tree. You guys, it's so good. And then the best dice ever. I'm really excited because I actually needed a new set of dice. Hello, Ghost Kimmy. Look at all of these faces. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see everybody. So here are the mystery dice, and they're gorgeous. I'm in love with them. Woo! One of them went down my shirt. Oh, saucy dice. They're confetti dice, you guys. Check those out. So they're see-through, kind of an amber color, but they have the most beautiful pieces of like confetti glitter in them. I love them so much. Oh, they're my new favorite dice. And that's hard because I have got a set that I really love. Been trying to find fun stuff for the kids to enjoy since the gift assistance I signed up for sent messages out saying gifts won't be available until after. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. They are very sparkly. I love them so much. So thank you so much, Catastrophe and Leftmost. You guys are the bee's knees, and I really appreciate it. It was such a nice little treat to come home to. Give me a moment because I need lots of water. Well, 3 holes in the ground. Okay, there we go. Got the water. So let's put these off to the side for a second. So this is the hat that I designed. It is a Santa hat, Santa type hat, stocking hat. Okay. It's done in my hand spun. I made what did I make? I made, not quite a bulky. So an Aran weight yarn, a bulky Aran weight yarn. It's a 2-ply. And the red is actually Princess of Mars and Victoria plied together. So it has a lot of depth to it. And then I used the bare base for the poof ball and for the rim right here. So I went ahead and did it. When I create a pattern, I don't write it down while I'm doing it. I go ahead and then deconstruct it when I recreate it. So I'm going to do this now in DK weight yarn. We're going to use 3 different colors, 1 for the rim and 2 for stripes. We're going to hold these double. So I will hold each color on itself because that way I'll get a bulkier yarn. I'll get close to a heavier Aran weight or bulky yarn, which is what I'm going for. And we're going to do it on size 8. That's what we've been working with. So we're going to try to recreate it in a commercial base instead of the hand spun, but we're going to do the pattern so that it does both of those. And I'll probably make it so the pattern does anything from fingering weight up to the bulky or the chunky, rather, whatever it is. It is an amazing gift package. So that's the plan. I think that the colors the way I'm going to do the colors, I think the yellow is going to be the rim and the poof ball. And then these are going to be the stripes. I think that's how I want it. I thought about making this the rim and the poof ball, but I love Henson and Oz so much. I really want to get it up in there. And then making these the stripes, but that would be super cute too. So if you want to give me your opinion on that, that would be great. I suppose I could do big stripes of this with tiny stripes of this in between it, but that seems really busy. I don't think I want to do that. But I would love your guys' feedback on that. So just think on that. I'm going to put this gift off to the side so that we can maneuver around here. Just give me one moment. Ooh, Bert, it's chilly in here. It's like we're outside in the snow. Okay. So with that in mind, let's see what time it is. Okay, so I think it's 6:45. We're going to do our first drawing, and basically we're just going to pick a winner, and that winner will win a free pattern. And the way that that works is that you just message me on Discord with the pattern on Ravelry that you want, and the link to it, and then your username so I can gift it to you. Bubbles, that's the route that I'm going as well. I think these look really good together. And I think the yellow green in Henson and Oz will bring the yellow in this from the rim into it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, so then that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to put these two colors aside. Put them over here. We're actually going to put all the colors aside because we have to deconstruct this. So I have Open Office up so that we can go ahead and write down what we've got on this. So we're going to need the rim. I need to figure out how many stitches I did on the rim. I forgot to bring my stitch markers in here, which is not the end of the world. I don't actually need them for this. I just need something to mark the beginning. The beginning of the end. TK, what's up?
I'm gonna give you a straw.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I should have brought those little kitty stitch markers that are next to the table, are on the table, and they're in, and I didn't.
You should have.
He doesn't like me gulping water, so. And he probably noticed I had to mute it so I could chew on the ice. And if my voice gets nasally, I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, what are we going to use to mark the beginning? The beginning of the end. Let's see in here. I think that's the only hard nubby on here, and that's the beginning of this thing, actually. So we'll use that. So I'm going to use this hard nubby right here. That's my beginning stitch. And we're going to count, it's a 1x1 rib, and so all I'm going to do is every purl stitch, I'm going to count 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I think it's 16. Oh, shit, I lost count. I think it's 60. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 40. Oh, thank you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 60. Oh, it was 64 is what it is. Excellent. It's 64. So there's 64 stitches on the rim. So before we go any further, I'm going to come over to Open Office, which is right here. Oh, look, it popped right up for you. And we're just going to write on CO 64 stitches. And this is just for my notes. I'm going to say hand spun size large. Nobody else has to understand this right now. This is just me deciphering my my pattern. So we did that part. Why is it not going away when I push the insert button? It's very strange. I thought of making a super long hat hood that can hold and protect your hair. Ooh, Casey, that would be lovely. Great job on the rim. Trying so hard to not make an inappropriate job. All the rim shots, right? Well, that's a different thing, but still. Okay, so now we're going to go. I also did a tubular cast on this. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that it goes kind of under like that. I don't know if I'll do that this time around because I always have to look up a tubular cast on in order to do them. Did you lose them? Okay, so we're going to count how many rows that we did. And we're going to count them on the stitch row just because it's easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we'll do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I actually did 15 if I remember correctly. And it's not going to hurt to have another one. So when I counted those, what I counted were the V's. So each V is a stitch, like 1, 2, 3, like that. So I'm going to say 15 because I'm not counting the tubular there, or I was counting the tubular. I don't know. So I'm going to say 15. That's what I'm going to write down here in a second. Oh. Well, hey, Mittens. You are so kind, Santa Mittens. Thank you. I really like your suit, by the way. It's so sharp. Whoever made that must really like you. Oh, thank you, Mittens. I'm glad you didn't get sick, by the way. Oh no, please stay away. Look at my stitch markers. They're so cute, you guys. They're little kitties with tails. Oh, Dawn, thank you so much. I hope you are as well. And no, you're not late at all. You're just in time. He is very festive indeed. Okay, so we'll put these aside for the moment. Okay, so 15 rows. So we're going to go back to our sheet. No, it's 14. It's 14 because it's even, right? Derp. No, 15. I'm thinking round rows. Okay, we're just going to say 15. 15 rows in 1 by 1 rib. Cool. So that's good. And then we can just start there. We're going to do that on size 8s and see how that works. So part of the reason that I'm doing this, part of the reason I'm explaining this, these ones are metal. Isn't that crazy? I had some 3D printed ones, but these ones are actually coated metal. I love them. I have a whole set of them. They're all rainbow colored. So part of the reason I'm doing this is because we've been talking about doing online classes now for ages, and I think we're jumping into it in February. So I would love feedback on what types of classes you guys want. The easy ones are obviously a beginning knit class, a beginning crochet class, for those of you who knit but don't crochet and vice versa. But you know, a pattern making class might be interesting. A brioche class, a color work class, a fixing your mistakes class. So I really need that feedback from you guys. It's kind of what's hung us up in the past is we haven't had a lot of feedback. And they're not going to be every single weekend. We'll probably have a round of classes for like 4 weeks, and then we'll take 4 or 8 weeks off and do another round of classes, because if I oversaturate, we won't have any students, and then we'll have to refund if we have less than like 3 students, right? So they will be through Zoom. You will need to be able to correspond with me. So I will be on video like I am right now. My mic will be on. And then it's best if the students also have cameras so I can see what they're working on, but they don't have to be on unless you're trying to show me what you're trying to work on, or you can send a picture. But at the very least, you need to have a microphone so that you can ask questions, right? That's the biggest thing. Newbie to your channel there. Hello, Ty Pal. How are you? And welcome to the Boss Kitty family. It's good to have you here. You're here on a very special evening. It's our holiday show. Oh, and actually, it's giveaway time, you guys. It is 6:47. So let's pop over to the main screen here. And let's find out who our winner is going to be. So our first winner of our first pattern is, oh, I should have done the sleigh bells. Gothic Hippie. Can you hear it? Supposed to do that before, but I guess he showed up a little late. Congratulations, Gothic Hippie, and welcome back. It's been so nice to see you. You win a free pattern from me. I think you know how this works, my dear. Just message me with the link to the pattern you want. And then obviously your Ravelry username, which I think I already know. And we'll go ahead and gift that over to you. Happy holidays. And I'd love to hear how you're doing. So we'll do that again in another 20 minutes or so, maybe 15, but you know, whenever Santa shows back up again. But thank you so much for being part of the Boss Kitty family and being with us and celebrating the holidays with us. We appreciate it. Okay, so let's go ahead and cast on our 64 stitches. That's going to be interesting. We'll see how this goes, because this is a different type of yarn than this is. So there will be a vast difference. This will probably have a little more bounce to it than this does because it's plied. It's a tighter ply. You see how loose this rim is, right? How the rib stitch is. I suspect that this is going to be much more of an accordion. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll give it a little more forgiveness. But I really did want a pattern that had a nice rustic hand spun hat in it. And this looks so good on TK. I can't wait to take pattern photos, honestly. That's the thing I'm most excited about. Okay, so here's our size 8s right here. I could probably use a smaller cable. I could use a bigger cable. I will kind of sort of magic loop with this. I'll half-ass magic loop. And what half-ass magic looping is, it's where you stick the cord out of the back end of, this sounds dirty too. Hello, Cora, how are you? It's where you stick the cord out of the back end of your hat and you knit on it like the whole thing fits on here, and you just go till you get to the back end, and then you pull it and do it through the other side. So it's like magic loop, except for that I won't have excess cord on each side. I'll just have it on the back side. Thank you. I would put it on, but I love the hat that I'm wearing right now. So, you know, plus it's not my hat, it's TK's. He's very possessive of this hat. Speaking of hats, I have to tell a story first. I'm so sorry. So you guys see this beautiful pom-pom on here? I love making pom-poms. I have pom-pom makers of all different sizes. Last year, I made the most beautiful neon colored hat. It's made out of Craft Girl Summer. and it is a fractal spin. So it's got stripes on it, and it has a pom-pom on it that's about this big. This hat is one of my pride and joys. Like, I'm so proud of this hat. I get compliments on it all the time. And I get compliments particularly on the perfect round giant pom-pom on the end of it. I wear this hat all the time. So it was on the table. I woke up and Zuzu's on the table. She's sitting on the hat. It's no big deal. And I'm like, hey, baby girl. She's our little calico. She's like 2 years old at this point, but she still looks like a kitten. And she's just so happy. And I'm like, oh, well, you're just being so sweet today. And I pick her up. And as I pick her up, the remains of the pom-pom from my hat fall to the table in this sad, epic, depressing formation. She ripped the pom-pom apart, just the pom-pom, carefully picked up all of the pieces, put them all in the middle of the hat, and laid on it like it was a nest. She made a nest out of my pom-pom remains on the hat. So there's like a quarter of the pom-pom left on the top of the hat, just hanging for dear life. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. I'd like to say this is the first time she's done this. She ripped and destroyed the pom-poms on my pumpkin pie pennant garland that I made for Thanksgiving a few years ago. And she likes to steal mohair out of the shop. And she will take it under the bed. She does not eat it, but she will unwind it and make a nest out of it. It's all for nesting. And because she's from a hoarder house, she was rescue kitty. And I think somewhere in the back of her mind, she has to make safe, warm spaces. So I don't get mad at her for it. But oh my gosh, it was so upsetting. So I can't remake the pom-pom. I don't have the fiber anymore. I don't have the yarn anymore. Like, I was a finite amount of that yarn. I used all that I had left for the pom-pom. I mean, I've got the fiber. I could try to recreate the yarn, but as hand spun is, it's a one-of-a-kind thing. So I have to come up with a different pom-pom for my hat now. Very sad. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just wanted to tell you all about that because you guys love my cats so much. One reason I don't like making pom-poms or tassels because the strands come out all the time for me. So the only time they've ever come out for me is with Zuzu. Loves mohair. It's his favorite yarn to destroy if I accidentally leave it out. Yeah, so Zuzu has 1 or 2 skeins of mohair that they're hers now. She doesn't eat them. She nests in them, and I can't sell them, obviously, so here we are. So like I said, on the original hat, I did a tubular cast on. I'm going to do a regular long tail cast on this one, just because I want to try a different variety of cast-ons and see what they look like. We'll probably have pictures of the different ones on the pattern. And that way you guys can, do whatever you want. So most of you know when we're doing a long tail cast on, what do we like to do? We have to have a long tail, right? And if we get to the end and we don't have enough tail, we're going to be pissed. So a little trick, most of you know this, but for those new people out there, if you take your yarn and you give yourself about 8 inches and then you wrap around your needle, not tight, but not loose either, however many stitches you need, and make that your long tail, you will have enough yarn for your long tail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We need 64, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's going to be 35. So 30 more should be fine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is my long tail right now, and I am holding this double. And then we're just going to take this little loop, put it on the top of our needle like so. I'm going to hold it in place with my pointer finger because I don't believe in slip knots if I don't have to. And then I'm going to take my pointer finger on my left hand and my thumb, and I'm going to put them in between the 2 pieces of yarn on the bottom side of the needle and hold the rest of it with my ring finger and my pinky. And then I'm just going to bring it down under my thumb, grab the piece on my pointer finger and back through the loop on my thumb, release and tighten. That is all a long tail cast on is if you are not a knitter. It is the most difficult part of knitting in my humble opinion because there's just so many steps. It's a little awkward the first few times. Once you get the hang of it though, super easy. So we need 64 of these. So like I said, I know we've got a lot of new people out there. I would love to know how many of you are knitters, how many of you are crocheters. Maybe you're not either. You were literally just singing that. So, pal, I was at work the other day and we were playing some game with numbers and I started singing it and two or three of the other people started singing it and then the rest of them just stared at us and I'm like, "What are you singing?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I feel so old right now." Cuz I mean when I was a kid, I think that Sesame Street was an episode from that was in syndication because I think it's from the 70s and I was born in the early 80s. But even so, it's the first time I've come across people who didn't know what it was. So just so you guys are aware what color this is Leopold and it is in BKDK. You can get it in the Boss Kitty shop. If you are waiting on a Boss Kitty order that was dyed to order, my apologies that you guys didn't get them before Christmas. Because of us being sick, I have not been able to dye yarn. So after the holiday, we're getting right on that. But I didn't want you to think that we had forgotten about you. It's just no energy. RSV sucks, man. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 song from Sesame Street when the pinball machine goes and it goes 2 to 12. If you've never seen it, just go to YouTube at some point and look up Sesame Street pinball song, and I'm sure it'll pop up. You do both and more. ADHD for the win. Same here. I knit, I spin, I crochet, I do a little weaving. I dye yarn, obviously. It's a small business. And then there's all the stuff that's not fiber arts related that we do. I do a little bit of needle felting, but I'm not very good at it. I like cross stitch, but also not very good at it. I'm a horrible seamstress. Like sewing, and I try so hard. I have a sewing machine. I'll probably get back to it. I've been sewing since I was 12, and I'm just no good. Okay. So, it's not even close to 64. We're just going to keep going. That's a Pointer Sister song? No, it's not. Seriously? TK, did you know that? Because you've never told me that. Sorry, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to need a lot of water tonight. Okay, so let's keep trucking. What are everybody's holiday plans? We usually do this show a week before Christmas, and this year we're cutting it close, obviously. So we'll have this show, and then we'll take a week off. We will be back next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, which is New Year's Eve, and we'll do our New Year's Eve show. For those of you new, Christmas. New Year's Day is my birthday. I will be 42. It's my Douglas Adams year. I'm very excited about it. Excuse me. And every year is tradition. We celebrate and bring in the new year and my birthday with the BK crowd. So we'll be here probably, I think it's usually around 7 p.m. Pacific time. Is that right? Or is it? No, it's 6 p.m. Pacific time because we try to be here 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, I think. TK will confirm this for me. It might be 7 and then 10 East Coast, but we bring in the new year with each time zone across the country. And we end in the Pacific time because I'm in the Pacific Northwest. Everybody sings me happy birthday. Call it a night. So that's what we'll be doing next week, just so you guys are aware. And then we will be taking a month break from stuff so that we can get the shop re-put together, and we can get the show redone. We've got lots of new stuff coming up. We got some great ideas for you guys. We're looking into getting additional cameras. Not immediately, because I had to get my car fixed. On top of everything else, we had to have the water pump in my car replaced. So it's been a month. But we're looking into getting additional cameras so that we can actually start live streaming the dye studio for you guys. So we're working on it. You like hand sewing versus machine. The machine is too complicated. It's not that, so I get that. And it's not that the machine is too complicated or hand stitching is too complicated. I'm just not good at making things look even and nice. The finishing parts, like, I'm not good at that. Although I did make a wicked, awesome superhero cape for my nephew once. Oh my goodness, where did you move to? We are in Salem, Oregon. Although we're both, TK and I are both originally from Portland. Die streams are fun. We want to make them a regular thing for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you're holding yarn together, you're going to get little V's like this, right? But two little pieces, that's 1 stitch. That's not 2 stitches. So those little V's each equal 1 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40. We're also looking at going back and streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 3, 4. I need 10 more stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that should be enough. God, that looks so much smaller than that hat does. It blows my mind. But that's 64 stitches. We're going to stick with it for now just to see what happens. We might end up coming back and reevaluating. So Magic Loop would have me put all my stitches in the middle of my cable, all right? Because there's no way I'm going to get in the round on this. There's too much cable. And I would find the middle, or estimate where the middle is. Let's call it right here. I'm going to pinch my cable right there and bring it between those 2 stitches, like so that I've cut them in half basically. I've got half my stitches on one side, one needle, all right? And I've got the other half on this needle. And the trickiest part about anything in the round is not twisting your stitches. And what people mean when they say that, at least in this case, when you're in the round, is this lovely ridge down at the bottom. You see this? This is the bottom of my row. I know it's at the top right now, but it's the bottom of my row. And what they mean when they say don't twist your stitches when you join is you don't want, you see how these are all, like I can follow this line, right? If I followed that line and I had stitches like this, and I went like this, and I went whoop up and around, that's a twist right there. So if I were to join this right now, these stitches are actually have already been twisted upside down before they get stitched. Now there are patterns that will call for that, and it creates a Mobius where you've got a huge twist in your cowl or your hat or whatever, and it's really neat. But we don't want that right now, and it is one of the few things in knitting that is damn near impossible to fix without going back and just redoing it. So we want to make sure that seam is all on the bottom side with no spin around the needle or anything. It's a little easier when you have little amounts of stitches like this. When you have like a ton of stitches on here, it's kind of hard to figure out. Right? Keeping up with 2 comment sections at once sounds challenging. I asked TK about that, and he said that there is software out there he believes that will merge the 2 together. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm a little nervous about it. Okay, so this is what I meant by fake magic loop. I just have it coming out the back, and I'm knitting right here as if there's no gap here. So this is a knit 1, purl 1 rib, like so, all the way across. And I'll stick a stitch marker on there, probably the next row. You missed all the Twitch extras. That would be fun. I kind of miss them too. Happy holidays. This is my gift to myself. Well, hello, Miss Alana, and happy holidays to you. Happy solstice, Merry Christmas, Festivus, all of it. We're working on building a hat pattern, actually. This is the original hat that I designed for TK. It's in hand spun. It's just a nice long stocking hat. It's super simple. Got a little bobble on the end. So we're just going to make a pattern that can be crocheted, that can be knitted, and can be done both in hand spun or commercial. I'm hoping to release it by the summer, so I'll need test knitters and everything so that people can use them by next winter. I figured it was a good, easy pattern to start with for pattern design. There we go. Let's see. You just had your oldest 16th birthday on Thursday, and then your second is 41st. Third is your 41st. Third is your youngest turning 6. Too many days and holidays. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a lot. The holidays are a lot of birthdays and stuff for us too. My mom's birthday is the 12th, and then mine's the 1st. My friend's daughter's birthday is the 3rd, I believe. And then two of my best friends' birthdays are the 13th of February and the 15th of February. They sandwich Valentine's Day, which is very funny. You're down to apply for test knitting. Excellent. That's what I like to hear, my loves. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll do a little Discord chat in here. We'll set up a Discord chat for you guys. That would be greatly appreciated. I might have twisted my stitches, which would blow my mind, but we'll find out here in a little bit. I hope not. You have a similar hat that you love, so maybe now you can recreate it. That would be fantastic. He loves it. He wears it all the time. He's very excited to wear it tomorrow to his parents' house because he thinks it'll make his dad jealous. He's like, Dad's going to love it. And I'm like, I don't have time to make a second one. I made him a pair of slippers once, like house socks, TK. I was working on them at his parents' house, and his dad was like, are those for me? And I'm like, no, they're not. But he made me feel so bad about it. He ended up getting a pair for Christmas that year, I think. You see how this is twisted right here? I'm a little nervous about it, but it might just be that I put my, I started knitting in a really weird and wonky way. There might not actually be a twist there. We'll find out here soon enough, though. Ooh, I do like the way that the yarn feels held double on the size 8s. It's very squishy, so that's exciting. Yeah, it could be just that. That's exactly what it was. I just twisted it on there like that, and that's fine because you can undo that. His father cracks me up. He's not afraid to tell you the things he wants. I got a text from my mother-in-law who said, your father-in-law has requested fudge. It needs to have walnuts today. I was like, okay. So after the show tonight, I have to make fudge. Aye, Captain. Yeah, I didn't twist it. It's fine. We'll just keep going. You will notice when you're knitting. Oh, wait, maybe I did twist. Nope, it's fine. Whew. You'll notice, whoa. You guys, guess what? There's a twist in there. Now, it might not be a real live twist. We'll find out here in a second, but I think there's a twist in there. Which is weird because I looked, I checked. That's frustrating. There is another trick that you can do to avoid twists, and that is to not start knitting in the round until the second row, because then you absolutely know it's not twisted. But we'll check here in a second. And if it is, we'll just undo it. Start again. That's the whole point, right? This is an experience. It's an exercise. An adventure. Or I forced the CO row to untwist at the first repeat. How do you do that? That's the part I don't know how to do. Because, yeah, that would be very helpful. Unless I just did it. It's not twisted now, so maybe I did it. I also lost part of that stitch. Hold on one second. You belong there. Thank you very much. Don't you F around with me like that. You know what you did. Okay, no twist, guys. We're good. I think I just did what you said, which was untwisted that last stitch. Which dropped part of it off for a hot second, but it worked out. Okay, so we're not twisted. I like the way it feels. We're going to take one of these stitch markers and we're going to stick it on here. And we're just going to keep going. Because we've got 15 rows of this to do. Oops. Wait. I skipped a stitch. That's called reading your work. I knew I was off because I was trying to knit a purl stitch. Thank you, Moonbow. Learn something new every day. Okay, so excellent. Hey, TK. I know, I was about to say that. TK came in here because he loves you all so much. He wanted to make sure you knew it was time for another giveaway. In fact, Kent is here to confirm that. Okay, you guys. So you know how this works. I'm going to pull out my trusty keyboard. We're going to type winner. And if you've been chatting it up with us for the past 10 minutes, you might be the winner of a new pattern. Unless you're Gothic Hippie. Yarn Pirate. You know what? Normally we'd say that Yarn Pirate is excluded because she's a mod, but she's such an awesome mod and it is the holidays. So Yarn Pirate, congratulations. Nope, you get it. You get to win one. Congratulations. From us to you. All you need to do is message me with a pattern you want and username, and I'll get that over to you. So thank you so much for all you do. Seriously, round of applause to all of our mods, you guys. They're awesome. They keep people in check. They make sure that I see certain messages, and if I don't see certain messages, they answer the questions sometimes for us. They're just really the bee's knees. They're the alpaca's knees. Yeah. Matt, hello, how are you? Exactly. I agree. It is the holiday season. You get, oh my gosh, you get a pattern. You're welcome. Thank you. I think I need to get some mod gift cards out anyway, honestly. Okay. So we'll do another one of those in about 15 minutes or so. But do you guys see how this is coming along? It's much squishier than the other hat is, which is great. We're just going to pull some excess down here like so. Get that tail out of the way. We do love the awesome mods. They're the bestest. Hey, if you are an annual, this is actually important. If you're an annual Hazel's Heroes subscriber for our Patreon, which we love you guys, all of you guys, but if you're an annual Hazel's Heroes subscriber and you have not responded to me on Patreon about what base you want for your holiday colorway, I really need you to do that with an address so that I can get that yarn ordered and I can get those dyed up for you guys. So I sent each of you a message in Patreon asking what you wanted. Most of you have responded. So if you haven't, or if you didn't even know about it, just go over there and check it. Send that off to me. It would be incredibly helpful. Thank you so much. We are not going, I don't know if we have a show and tell up for tonight. I was thinking about that earlier. We don't usually do a show and tell during our holiday show. Do we? A show and tell?
You can if you want. Now's a good time, though, to thank our patrons.
Well, I will as soon as I get show and tell up. I know I'll push the button, I promise. So TK liked me to remind you guys that yeah, our patrons are awesome, and he's correct, and let's just give a quick shout out to them. So I don't think it's been updated yet because we got sick, you guys. I know I promised you to get it updated. It will be updated by the new year. Thank you to all of our patrons, our Hazel's Heroes, our Cult of Con, our Gracie's Gangs, our Zuzu Zealots. All of you are absolutely fantastic. Our patrons are the backbone of our community. They help get us through dry spells when, you know, we don't have a lot of extra stuff going on. And we like to thank them with exclusive Patreon colorways, both in our box sets and twice a year. If you're an annual subscriber at the Hazel's Heroes or Cult of Con level, you get free yarn. We do mini skeins. When we have patterns, those patterns will be available for sale, but at certain levels of patrons, they're actually free for you guys. So we like to give you guys some extra stuff. If you're interested in furthering your support with our community, head over to patreon.com/bosskitty and sign up today. As low as $1 a month. Okay, give me a hot second so that I can go ahead and set show and tell up for you guys. Because I don't have it up. I worked today, by the way. It's really funny. I went to work today. Not a lot of people were at work, which was to be expected. My boss came in for a little bit and he's like, I'm going to go home now. I was like, okay. And he's like, you should go home too. Dude, you don't have to tell me twice. I will leave. So I got to come home early, which was nice. Got to take a little nap. Why is Discord not popping up? I don't understand what's happening right now. I might not be able to do show and tell because Discord is not coming up. I'm typing it in. I'm clicking on it, and it is not recognizing it. And I don't have it on my phone. So we might not be able to do a show and tell for our holiday show because I can't get Discord up. I don't know what that's about, and I can't look into it right now, unfortunately. So we will hold off, and we will do our final show and tell of the year during our New Year's Eve show. So for the New Year's Eve show, what I want you guys to do, I got homework for you. I want you to find your 3 things that you are most proud of this year. It can be any type of craft, any endeavor, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be a craft. It can be anything. Whatever you're proud of, the most proud of this year, 3 things. That's what I want you guys to show me on our New Year's Eve show. What's up, TK?
Oh, I was just going to talk about the New Year's Eve.
We can talk again about the New Year's Eve show. Discord is not opening on the computer, so I will not be doing show and tell tonight.
You want me to set it? Or
It's not recognizing Discord. Like you click on it and it's not opening. And I've looked behind the windows. It's just not popping up. Okay. Living up to the name Discord. Yeah, it's very discorded, right? TK is going to try to find it. It's right there because I recently clicked on it. So I love it when the bosses send you home early for the holidays. I know. I was just like, what? There you go. What did you want to talk about with the holiday or the New Year's Eve show? Yeah, we already talked about it once, but I figured we'd talk about it again. Okay, so this looks really funky right here, doesn't it? Like these look different than this. What I did right here is I picked up my work and I wasn't paying attention and I actually started knitting back on the row that I was on. So I turned my work and did a short row. It's reading your work again. So I'm just turning my work the proper way, undoing that, and continuing in my round. I don't know what was happening.
It was already open. It's just down in the corner minimized.
Cool. Okay, let me get this. So TK has saved Christmas. You guys get show and tell after all. Thank you, TK.
We'll talk about the shop later.
Yeah? We'll do that. Yeah, different show. Okay, show and tell is open. If you want to add something in there, please feel free. There we go. Thank you, TK. Oh, that's great, Vicky. That's really nice. The state did not give us the day off. I have the day off anyway, though, so I just requested it. It's fine. We get so many extra days off. It's nice, and I don't like my PTO is nice, so I don't really ever complain about stuff like that. But that's really neat that you guys got it off as a federal day off for this year. Enjoy it. I missed Gothic Hippie's question. Hold on one second. You can do an annual Patreon. Yeah, so, yeah. You can do an annual Patreon at any level. However, if you do an annual Patreon at the Cult of Con level, we're doing a patron-exclusive mini skein set in the springtime. And if you are an annual patron at that level, at the Cult of Con level, then you get that mini skein set for free. You get it shipped to you for free. You get a free set of it. You can order more if you want to, but you get that free set. And it's a colorway that you guys will get to vote on, or colors that you guys will get to vote on the theme for. During the holidays, we have a holiday exclusive colorway, which I have a picture of. I'll pop that up here in a second. It is still available through December 31st. It's a full skein on either Cat's Cradle fingering weight or BKDK. This year's is called Fey Solstice, I think, if I remember correctly. It's been a hot minute. And if you are a annual subscriber at the Hazel's Heroes level, not only do you get that mini skein set in the springtime, but you get our holiday colorway as well for free. One skein of it. It's available. The colorway is available to all of our paid tier patrons. So it doesn't matter if you're annual. It doesn't matter if you're Zuzu's Zealot or if you're Hazel's Hero. You just get it. So you have availability to the colorway itself to purchase. 1 second here. I bet I have to go through Patreon to show it off to you guys, though. Hold on. Sign in. That one. Thank you very much. I want to be under owner, not member, please. Hold on 1 sec, guys. Sorry. Trying to show this cool thing off to you, and it's being a pain in my hiney. I really don't know why. I am a creator. Why are you being difficult? I don't understand what's happening right now. But I'm kind of over it at the moment. Okay, we're logging off of this. Hold on. Ugh. I can't even figure out how to log out. Log out. There we go. Thank you. Log back in. Let's log in with that one. Is that Boss Kitty? No, we want info at Boss Kitty Shop. No, don't. Go back. Use another account. Sorry, guys. Oh, I see what the issue is here. Okay, so flippin' A. I guess we're going to go through the backside of Shopify instead. I don't know what happened, why everything's logged out, and I'm having such a problem with it, but we'll get logged in. Hey, TK. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Even logging into Shopify, I have to have him authorize it on his phone because my phone's not on me right now. Jesus. I don't understand why it's doing this. Phil, thank you. Log in. But hold on 1 second. Okay. So he's going to send me the recovery code so I can show you guys that colorway. Everything's being a butt. Checkout's being a butt too. I need the recovery code from you. 862-393. Thank you. I'm just trying to show him the holiday colorway. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. I am a little crazy. He's not wrong, honestly. You guys wouldn't enjoy me nearly as much if I wasn't. Okay, so let's go into products. I'm going to look up Faye Solstice. Not fairy farts. I don't want fairy farts. I love fairy farts, but that's not what I'm after right now. There it is. Bingo. So this is the back side that you guys are seeing. I'm just showing you the picture. You guys ready? There it is. It's upside down. That's okay. I don't know why it's an upside down picture, but that's what the Faye Solstice colorway looks like. It comes on the Cat's Cradle base and the BKDK base. It's this really nice pale green. And then it's got these lovely speckles for the forest in there. And then you have this gorgeous cranberry color at the end. It's kind of a mulberry. It's so pretty, you guys. I really wanted to use it in this hat, but because it's an exclusive colorway, that seemed counterintuitive. But here we are. So, ta-da! If you are an annual subscriber at the Hazel's Heroes level, you get a free skein. I just need to know if you want it at the BKDK weight or if you want it on the Cat's Cradle fingering weight. If you're a patron at any paid level, you have access to it. There's a link when you go to patreon.com. There's a link that will take you directly to the colorway, and you can purchase as many of them as your heart is content. Whew. Turn off that inset. There we go. Oh, thank you. I really, really like how it turned out this year. And it was designed by our patrons. So you guys, you chose, it was going to look vintage. It was going to have a fantasy theme to it, and it needed to have speckles in it. Those were the three qualities you guys chose, and that's what we went with. Originally, I was going to do like a sugar plum fairy colorway, and then this just kind of came out, and I was like, nope, this is it right here. If I get picked to test knit, I'll do it in that colorway. Ooh. Truthfully, if you want to test knit, you can be a test knitter. Like that's how that's going to work. I might open it up to I'll probably open it up to patrons first, just because you guys have free access to our patterns anyway, or some of you do at least. But yeah, and if I don't get enough interest through the patrons, then I might open it up to the public when we do the test knit for this. Abby Cox video on Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. I have not. What is it about? Merry Christmas to you, Michi, and Happy Solstice. You guys, how crazy is it that Hanukkah doesn't start until Christmas night? Like, that's super late for Hanukkah. It's really late for Hanukkah. I'm so cozy. Okay, I'm going to put this hat on so that you guys can actually see what it looks like. So excuse my hat hair here. There we go. We'll put this little doodad right on. One moment. I don't know why I gave it to him. It's so cute on me. There we go. That is the lovely little Santa hat. Just like that. I gave it to him because this will get in my face a bunch. But that's just me. He loves it. Works really well on it. It looks really good on him too. And then I'm going to make myself a little elf one. It is a super cute hat, and I like the length of the tail on it. It could be longer if you wanted it to be longer, clearly. I mean, it goes in the back like that. You can wear it this way. You can wear it any way you want. I don't recommend this. This is not a recommended way to wear this hat. A BK Live, just the distraction I needed tonight. Sears, thank you. I'm glad to have you here. It's wild, but at least this year I already have candles instead of getting them last minute. That's good to hear. It is almost a perfect match to my little Pendleton sweater, isn't it? I love this sweater so much. I got it for $20 at a thrift store. Okay. We'll wear it for a little while. Why not? He wishes that the circumference on the hat itself was a little smaller. So this is definitely the large. We'll do a medium and a small as well. Maybe an extra large. First shawl. I just got my set of circular needles and I'm loving them so far. Once you have circular needles, man, I tell you, most people, they're like, that's it. I'm done. This is my life now. Just a heads up on the holiday colorway, so that you're aware, it is dyed to order right now. Now, I am putting an order in probably tomorrow. No, the 26th. Because tomorrow's a holiday. Well, the next few days are holiday, so the 26th. I'm putting an order in on the 26th. The colorway is available through the end of the month, though. It's available until December 31st. And then it goes into the vaults. Because we're like Disney like that. How heavy your flat needles are. Flat needles are very heavy, and they're rough on my wrists. You got all your knitted Christmas gifts to your side of the family in the mail today. It will not show up on Wednesday, but that's fine. It'll be winter for a long time. Exactly. It's not a big deal. It'll work out. You had some face solstice in your cart. Purchase complete. Excellent. Yay. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. There we go. Slide this over like so. So if you missed the first part of the show, we are talking about the fact that I am going to start doing, we're going to do classes next year. So I'm putting those together. Once we have more details on how it's going to work out, we'll start asking what types of classes you got. But feedback is great on that. I really need to know what you guys are interested in. The classes will probably be in rounds of like 2 weeks or 4 weeks, and then we'll take some time off and then do another round of classes. They will be through Zoom. And while you won't necessarily need to have a camera, at the very least, you will need to have a a microphone of some type so that you can talk to me. Because the truth is that I can only do so much as an instructor. It's a very warm hat. As an instructor, at some point, oh my gosh, Michi, you're a member for, congratulations and thank you. Almost a year, but you've been watching for way longer. It's true. As an instructor, I can only do so much. If I can't see what you're doing and the question you're asking or any of that, then it makes it much harder. So it's much preferred if you guys have cameras, of even webcams. They're perfectly fine. Although I can sometimes figure stuff out from from the point of a picture as well. You're potentially very down for classes. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Those will probably start in February, March. We'll set signups up. Signups for classes will probably be open to patrons first. And then after a certain amount of time, whatever's left open in each class will be available to the public. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Michi. That's so sweet. Merry Christmas to you as well.
So let everybody know that on New Year's Eve.
Hi, Handmaid. Yes, on New Year's Eve.
There will be a very special show and tell.
We already talked about that.
No, there will be a very special show and tell New Year's Eve.
Okay, so there will be a very special show and tell on New Year's Eve, which we talked a little bit about.
Mm-hmm. We want pictures.
Hold on. Moonbow, thank you so much for gifting those memberships. That's so kind. Congratulations to Kurt Lloyd, Nathan Craft, Sharon Loves Purple, Tammy Rigney, and Crafty Girl 12. You were all part of the BK family of members.
I can't wait.
So there will be an even more special show and tell than what I talked about earlier, apparently. What is it going to be? Because I told them to bring pictures of the things that they're most proud of.
Post one of these. We'll get an entry into a drawing that we'll do later that week.
Okay. What are they posting?
Decided the prize yet.
What are they posting?
It's a selfie in your bathrobe with a towel.
Oh. Okay, so there is going to be a separate show and tell on New Year's Eve. Everybody who enters a picture will be entered into a drawing for a prize. I'm actually deciding what the prize is right now. It is a gift card for $42. The picture has to be a selfie, or somebody has to take a picture of you in a bathrobe with a towel. The reason for that is because my 42nd birthday is on January 1st. And if you have not read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, this will mean nothing to you. But 42 is a very special number, and it's a Douglas Adams thing. So post a picture of yourself in a towel with a bathrobe and towel, like around your neck. Don't post a sexy picture of yourself in a towel. I mean, I'm sure you could, but don't. You don't have a bathrobe. You know what? You can make an overlong cardigan look like a bathrobe and have pants and stuff on. It's fine. It's mostly the towel. But if you've got a bathrobe, that helps. Borrow a bathrobe. Like, we'll figure it out. It's towel day. Yeah. January 1st is towel day in this house.
You have a week to buy or borrow one.
TK says you have a week to buy or borrow a bathrobe, or get really creative. Maybe you knit one. TK's a sub now. Challenge accepted. Let's see what time it is. It's time for a giveaway, a giveaway, a giveaway. It's time for a giveaway. All pictures of you in a towel are sexy. I think all pictures of you are probably sexy. All of you are sexy beasts. So I just meant don't post pictures of yourselves just in towels, please. I don't want to get in trouble. You have a very pink bathrobe. Excellent. If you have an hoodie, I feel like that's kind of like a bathrobe. Oh, Casey, congratulations. You're our winner.
Not in a towel.
I said that. I've already changed it multiple times. You're 30 seconds behind. Casey. All you need to do is go on to Discord, message me with a link to a pattern on Ravelry that you want. For reference for everybody, these patterns do not have to be Boss Kitty patterns because there are no Boss Kitty patterns available on Ravelry. You just pick a pattern you want. There is a $10 limit on those patterns, so don't send me like a $20 book. That's not in the spirit of this, you guys. Just send me a crochet pattern, a knit pattern, whatever it is you want on Ravelry with your Ravelry username, and I will gift it to you for the holidays. This is show and tell. So this is the sub show and tell on New Year's. The New Year's Eve show will have 2 show and tells. We'll have one for the Douglas Adams cosplay, which is what this basically is. You guys are cosplaying as what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. It's not Ford. Shit. My brain just blanked. Somebody will throw it out there for me. But the other one is I want 3 pictures in the actual show and tell, up to 3 pictures of the things that you've done this year that you are the most proud of. Photoshop yourself. Arthur Dent, thank you. Bean said it before you did. Koopy Foods. Don't forget to bring a towel. We were going to throw a towel party, which sounds dirty, and I don't mean it in a dirty way. I don't want to throw a party right now. I'm so worn out from being sick. I don't want a party. Like, I looked at TK and I was like, can we just like have people go to Fire on the Mountain? Which is a delicious, delicious wings place in Portland. And he's like, sure. I was like, cool. He goes, you don't want a fancy dinner? You don't want to go out someplace fancy? I was like, no, I just want good wings. That's all I want. That's how I know I'm old. Oh my goodness. So, this pattern will get interesting because different types of yarn will create a different consistency, right? Like I said, this has more of an accordion look to it. So, it'll fit a larger variety of heads than the other one will. You can see that already. You see how much closer those stitches are? But I can stretch them out. A folk poetry reading. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should throw a party. This is sounding better and better. Yeah. We had so Gothic Hippie, TK got RSV right after Thanksgiving. And I got it about 2 days after him. This is the first week we've felt human, and we're still coughing. That's why I've got this huge thing of water. That's why Jingle isn't here tonight, is because we just can't. It sucked. It has been such a shitty month, and I had to fix my car. Nothing is Fire on the Mountain. Let me tell you that I have dated multiple people over the time that I have known about Fire on the Mountain. And all of those people, it does not matter what mood they're in. This includes TK. It does not matter what mood they're in. It doesn't matter what's going on. If I look at that person and go, do you want to go get something to eat? And they're like, eh. And I go, what about Fire on the Mountain? They're like, yes, let's go right now. Like, there's never a bad time to have Fire on the Mountain. Oh, it's okay. We're feeling better now. I'm glad that it didn't turn into pneumonia or bronchitis for either of us. So TK was a little frustrated the other day. He thought he was getting an ear infection from all of it, but I think he's okay. I think we're good. You know, and despite it, we've still had a good holiday. Thank you, Knit Cat. I'm sorry to hear that crochet hooked. It's felt very much like Christmas for us, but we've both worked really hard to make it feel that way. Like our house is still decked out. While he was sick and I was not quite as sick, I decked it out. And then when I got really bad and he was starting to feel a little bit better for a hot second, he went to town on the house. So that's helped. We bundled up while we were still at the very end of it. We weren't contagious anymore, but we were still pretty out of it. We bundled up and we went and drove through the neighborhood here in town that does Christmas lights in our hoodies with our hot tea and our sniffles. I had to take my Prius in. So my Prius, the heater had not been working since basically the first of the month. And I called the Toyota dealership and they said, we can't get you in until the 19th. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking the coolant has to be flushed or something, right? So whatever, we still get our holiday shopping done, blah, blah, blah. I take my car in and they're like, psych, the water pump has to be replaced. That will be $1,500. And I was so mad. So mad. My tire sensors need to be replaced too. They're like, oh, all four of your tire sensors need to be replaced. That's another $900. I was like, no. And they're like, but how are you going to check the pressure on your tires? I'm like, with a tire gauge, like a pressure gauge. And I'm going to go down to Les Schwab and I'm going to say, hey, check my tire pressure because we had a freeze last night. Like, I'm going to do it the way people used to do it because I'm not spending $900 additional to fix something on my car that I don't need right now. Anyway, so we come home. We're both very upset about the car. And I look at TK and I'm like, can we open our presents? He's like, what? It's the 19th. It's not even the 20th. And I'm like, it might as well be the 20th. And we have family events on the 22nd. We have a show on the 23rd. We're traveling on the 24th. We're with your family on the 25th. Can we just open our damn presents from each other and feel better about life? He's like, yes, let's open gifts. So we opened our gifts on the 19th from each other. Maybe it's February when it snows. It'll feel like Christmas. Almost coastal. I'm just not in it this year. Maybe I spent it all at the others at school the last few weeks. That might be it. It's always weird for me when Christmas is in the middle of the week. It kind of throws me off. I crocheted 32 different Christmas gifts. That's amazing. With a pressure gauge that can fit in my glove box exactly. $900 versus $500. Yeah, and I'll just stick a cute little chibi sticker over the top of the tire sensor light. I won't because the other check engine lights might pop on, but I kind of want to. It's really easy for a girl with ADHD to ignore stuff like that. Trust me. Still warm here. 60s in the morning, low 80s. Oh my gosh. No, it's cold here, which is nice. I'm digging it. At least here in Salem it is. It's not like freezing cold. It was for a few days. But it's, 40s, 50s. We're supposed to get a really heavy rainstorm over the next few days. We have snow this year at least. Oh, Bubbles, I'm glad to hear that. So I'm thinking about doing a thing in 2024. It's not for sure yet, so don't hold me to this. It's just a thought. I wanted to get some feedback and see how many people would be interested in doing it. Stephen West does a full year of knit-alongs for socks each year. Like he releases this book that where you get 12 different sock patterns and you do a set of socks per month. You all know how much I love knitting socks. Man, I just love it so much. Right? That's sarcasm, by the way, for those of you who don't know. I don't like knitting socks because I have serious second sock syndrome. But I thought this would be kind of a neat way to get out of my comfort zone and actually knit some socks and like knit 12 pairs of socks over the course of a year, right? Like how cool would that be? Say less, I'm in. I've barely said anything. Oh my gosh. So I was thinking about buying the book and inviting other people to buy the book as well. And then we could do basically the sock knit along together as a group, both publicly and with the patrons. I would put together color combo ideas for the shop if people wanted to buy Boss Kitty yarn, and we would throw those out there, do kits, things like that, maybe even have a discount for it. I don't know about that part yet. And then I was thinking, and this is the part where I don't know if we'll be able to do it or not, but it is an idea of once a month having a Patreon sock night where we work on those West Knit socks. And I would work on those with the public as well, but that would be the special little patron exclusive thing that we would do. I thought it would be neat. It would be a really neat way for people to try socks if they've never tried socks before. Stephen West stuff is always really interesting. So you'll get to try different types of stitches and you'll have a community of people who are either really, really good with socks or struggling with you. And you guys we can all figure it out together. Tactile nightmare for your toes. I feel that. I really do. And that was the other thing I was thinking was that knitting that many socks, all the things I hate about socks, because I have the same problem, I thought maybe I could find ways around that. So like, I know I prefer toe up socks because I don't have a seam there, so it doesn't bother my toes as much. But I don't like the way most sock ribbing is done because it's either too loose or too tight. So I'd figure out ways to handle that. For December. Oh, look at that. Ty Pound knows what I'm talking about. Could always use more socks. And there would be no pressure. It's not like, this is you have to finish this thing. It would just be a thing that we would try to do together. Matt, I love you. He's like, it's all well and good, but it's knitting socks. I agree. And you know what might happen, Matt? I might knit one sock each month, and I might have 6 pairs of socks that don't match at the end of the year. Who knows? That's a very real thing that could happen. And at the very least, I could use them as display pieces in my shop. So it's an idea. It's something that I'm still tooling around with. It depends on what we do with classes. We were talking about the dye studio and trying to record some of that. So it really depends on the other stuff we're doing. But it is an idea, and I wanted to see what other people thought. You have one sock syndrome. Same here. You've never completed a pair of socks other than the fairy socks in the yarn bombing book. You're not up to socks. You're still at the scarf made of knit stitches level. That's okay, Crocheted Hook. I've only ever knit one sock, but I've only been knitting for a few months. That's very impressive, Cora, actually. A few months is usually still scarf and maybe a hat level. What size needles is recommended for socks? Cassandra, I don't want to answer that question because that's a scary question. I will make you enjoy that. Your socks do not need to match. Exactly. My socks have never matched. Just ask my father-in-law. It drives him crazy. Okay. Sandra, to answer your question, it depends on what weight yarn you're using for your socks. Normally, socks are knit on size 0 to 2 needles on fingering weight yarn. Normally. And it's not as scary as it sounds. I promise. It's just tedious. Sometimes socks are done on DK weight, and then you get to, look at that. Is this better? Kinda. Nope. Sometimes socks are done on DK weight, and in that case, you get to use size 7 or 6 or 5s, right? Or 4s. It really just depends. Now mittens. I'll knit a pair of mittens a month. You know what you could do? Okay, so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Mittens and socks are very similar. You can actually knit. I've done this. You can convert a sock pattern into a fingerless mitts pattern, because the ankle part of the sock is just the wrist part of your mitten, right? You just take the heel out, expand a little bit here. If you know how to put a thumb gusset in and you want a thumb gusset, you put a thumb gusset. Really, all you're doing is just changing the stitch pattern at that point. You have 3 millimeter to 3.75 millimeter. Okay. The American Girl is terrible with conversions. So let me look that up real quickly. Have any of you guys watched the SNL sketch where they're talking about George Washington's talking about his dream for America, and he's talking about how we'll measure things in yards even though the rest of the world measures in meters? And they're like, why? And he's like, no idea. Needle conversion chart. You have size 3, you said? So those are 2.5? 3 to 3.75. So 2.5 to like 4, I'm guessing? 4 or 5s? 5s. 4 to 5s. I've done it a lot because there's a lot of sock patterns out there where I'm like, I love those, and I will make those into mittens or into fingerless mitts. Because that's the other thing. Gloves, don't finish gloves either because all those little fingers, no. But give me a pair of fingerless mitts and I will do those till the cows come home. In April, I started with a cardigan and a t-shirt. It's partially done. Then one sock, now fingerless mitts, but I haven't done much else besides play with yarn since I started in April. Cora, that is amazing. I'm no joke. We are doing show and tell. Jeez. Show and tell tonight, Crochet Hooked. It is up in the Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, definitely do that. There's a show and tell area where you can show us what you're working on. Can we team up with people who have the same size socks? That way we can trade 6 of them and we both... I think that's a great idea. Yes. We can do whatever the fuck we want. It's our club. Have you heard of afterthought socks where you knit the tube first, use waste yarn, and then where the heel is, then afterwards go back and knit the heel? I have heard of that, but I feel like it's still 2 of them that I have to make, which I don't know why I can do that with fingerless gloves. US 3 to 5. Hey, I got it right! Oh, what time is it? It is 7:50. I'm having too much fun. I was like, we're only going to go till like 8 o'clock. And I do have to wrap up by 8:30, honestly. My time. So like in about 40 minutes. Because I have to make fudge tonight. And we have to be up super early tomorrow to go to the Dalles. Which, if you don't live here, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, I live in a valley. We have to go north and then east to get to his parents' house. And you have to go through the gorge, which is like this cliffside on both sides with a river in it. Yeah. And it's beautiful and lovely, but it's like a 3 hour drive. If it gets windy, it's a little freaky. If it gets rainy, it's a little freaky. Snow, and we're like, nope. Don't forget the walnuts. Why? No offense to any of you, but why do people put nuts in their chocolate? It's so gross. I hate it. Now I have to ruin perfectly good fudge with walnuts. I am also making coffee peppermint fudge too. So, I mean, I'm making up for it. Triple S, you're so happy to see other beginner knitters. All I've done so far is mitered squares and a flat knit panel, which was just practice. I'm finally working on my first basic triangular shawl. Watermelon colors and just the pop of color I needed in the winter. Ooh. Anyone a size 44.5 euro, 11 minutes. I mean, TK is. Elizabeth. Are there any natural parks you visited there? There's so many natural parks out here. Like, there's a ton of state parks. Oregon has lots of parks. So does Washington. So yes, the answer is yes, lots of them. And when you go down the gorge, there's a ton of waterfalls. So like Multnomah Falls is down there, which is a really big waterfall. A lot of the time this time of year, it's frozen over. I highly doubt that's the case right now. Cassandra, beanies are really impressive too because you have to knit in the round, and that's a big deal. Listen, socks are not scary. There's nothing scary about socks, I promise. You have some short rows that you have to do in there sometimes, but the short rows are not scary or hard. They the only part about short rows that gets frustrating is sometimes you can lose where you are, but if you keep a chart, you're fine. It's a great way to learn to do short rows. You do have to pick up stitches sometimes on the heel, but there's really easy ways to do that. And as a group, we would show each other how to do that. So that it's actually, socks are actually a really great way to learn how to knit in the round, how to knit on double points, how to knit magic loop style, how to do short rows, how to pick up stitches. If it's a traditional sock, then you're going to need to Kitchener stitch or do some type of stitch a lot of the time with the toe. If it's a toe up sock, you get to learn a different type of cast on. I mean, there's a lot of really cool different types of things that you get to learn through socks. And usually socks have everything that everything else is. Like, you'll learn increases and decreases, things like that. Like, you'll learn all those things, but you're learning it on a small thing that's not overwhelming. I agree, Bubbles. Thank you. You haven't knitted a beanie on needles yet, just on the circular loom. So you got me on that one. No, that's fine too. But you can't say you're ready yet. That's fair. That's fair. So maybe we'll do it, and then I bet you could probably. So this is my recommendation. I'm gonna say, and I haven't decided if we're doing it yet. I've got a week to decide. Let's start with a test stock group. Okay, so we'll pick a simple sock. I might actually ask Miss Monster to recommend one because she's my sock connoisseur in here. We'll pick a simple sock and we'll use that for our January sock. We won't go with the West Knits design. We'll have a bonus sock is what'll end up happening. And it'll be a very basic new sock so that we have new knitters who can try it out. The rest of us who haven't knit socks in a while can be like, oh yeah, this is how sock knitting works. But we can see how well we work as a community to try to teach and help each other out with these socks, right? So we'll start with something really simple and basic. There's vanilla socks out there everywhere. And if that's successful, then we can move on. We can do the Stephen West thing. We can pick up purchase those books, and we can do the sock a month. And then we'll have a bonus sock at the end. You know, I'm sure we'll find time somewhere to do it. You guys can work on the January sock between other socks if you decide you want to. Knitting just takes a lot longer than crochet. I've definitely made at least 100 crochet items since April, but only knit half of 4 items since October. That's fair. You are correct. Knitting takes longer. Knitting takes less yarn though. I love both. I have a beautiful sweater that's crocheted. It is so heavy and it took so much yarn to make it. This scarf did not take as much yarn. So this is a pattern. I designed this pattern. We did a huffle, or we did a sorting hat or sorting scarf box set. And this was the pattern I designed. And it's in crochet and it's in knit. The knit one is in the round, so that actually did take more yarn. And you had plenty when you bought the kits, you had plenty of yarn, leftover yarn. And I actually preferred this pattern in the crochet to the knit. So it really just depends on the pattern for me. What time is it? 3 more minutes and we're going to do a giveaway, you guys. So chat it up if you haven't been chatting so that you are eligible to win. Workspace. Does it have to be fingering weight yarn though? Matte. No. We could probably convert that. I know that for me, when I knit socks on DK weight, I usually use the size 4 needle instead of like a big needle. Anywhere between a 4 and a 7, really. It depends. I've used a size 7 needle. So I would just say if you like the pattern and you want to do it on DK weight instead, I would go up to a couple needle sizes and I would swatch it and just see if you like the way that rib stitch looks, right? And then just move on from there. Because really a lot of what socks are is you're measuring as you go. I mean, you're making whatever size you're making, but really it's whatever length your foot is. So you can make it in whatever type of yarn you want. Just keep in mind that if you're making socks in a DK weight yarn or heavier, that they're going to be more like boot socks. They're going to be a heavier sock. Chat, chitty chat. Make a long buy it now before the price goes up. Maybe. Oh, buy it now before the price goes up. That's true. It is on discount right now. So maybe buy it anyway, just because you might want to make socks out of it. I probably will purchase it anyway. My youngest cat is going to love playing with the yarn during the sock marathon. So no, I would say it doesn't have to be fingering weight. Listen, I am a girl that comes from a long line of D&D players, and we strongly believe in the idea that the rule book is just advice. It's just a guideline. You look at it, you go, that's cool. I'm changing this shit up. Patterns are the same way, babe. Like, oh, that's a pattern there? I really like that pattern, except for that I hate the way it's shaped, and I don't like that it's on this weight yarn. And I don't want to jog in the back, and I don't want to use that cast on. I'd like a tubular cast on. Freaking change it up. You own the pattern. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. And we would help you out with that. So no, you wouldn't have to do it in fingering weight yarn. Plus there's a bonus sock pattern. Look at that. You really tried to sell the virtues of the crochet version of the Raven doll scarf for my sister, but she insisted she wanted the installation of the knit in the round one. It is a heavy duty scarf, right? But man, I do love this one. So the Raven Doll one, I ended up gifting to somebody. I gifted all of them. I gifted the Raven Doll one, the Slytherin, and the Griffin Bro one. Did I gift that? Yeah, I gifted that one too. This is the only one I kept for myself. And it's funny because back when we were all still, taking Harry Potter tests, I was Ravenclaw secondary Hufflepuff, so it works out. And I really do love these colors together. The reduction in the yarn use is my main reason for knitting. Oh, for sure, Cora. That's how we used to play Scrabble. I don't know if Scrabble works that way. You know what? If it's like unisexy, sure. If it's a word you've made up that's used in your house, why not? Like if I were playing Scrabble, I'd throw unisexy in there, and if somebody told me no, we'd have words. We'd have words that weren't real words. It's 8:00. Let's do it. Let's do a giveaway, you guys. It's gonna be our second to last giveaway of the night, I do believe. What was that about subscribers? What did it just say to me? Oh, I was like, what's that about? I don't need to learn more. Go away. Wiener. Yes, I love interchangeable needles so much. Elizabeth McInnes, Merry Christmas, my dear. I hope this helps out a little bit. Congratulations, you are our winner. Please make sure that you pick out a lovely pattern on Ravelry. It can be whatever pattern you want, not a whole book. Don't send me the Stephen West book. And send me your username and we will gift it to you. It's a gift from us to you. Thank you so much for being part of the Boss Kitty community for 2024. We really appreciate it, and happy holidays. Okay, so we've been chit-chatting it up. I don't really feel the need to do stretches right now, so I'm not going to. Oh, but that does remind me. So I'm all over the place. We were talking about gifts, right? That TK and I exchanged gifts early. He got me a pair of old school Doc Martens 8 eyelet boots. They're amazing, black leather. So happy. They hurt my feet right now because I'm still breaking them in, but I'm very, very happy. I haven't had a pair in a very long time. Actually, my old pair were patent leather. They were not just regular leather. Anyway, he also got me some earbuds that are Samsung. They're the Samsung Ear Pro 2s, I think. They're cool for a million different reasons, but one of the neat things they do is they know when my head is down. If I have them and I'm listening to something, they know when my head's down like this for a prolonged time or up like this, and they'll stop what I'm listening to and remind me to stretch my neck. Sit up straight, stretch your neck, do these things. It's really cool. But I know there are more beautiful things to show off. Yeah, you guys, get that stuff in there. We're going to do show and tell in about 10 minutes, so make sure you get your stuff in. I want to see what you guys have been working on. It is a great gift. I love my boots. I have a lot of Docs. I've got my Oxfords, which I wear almost every day. I don't really wear tennis shoes. That's my go-to shoe. I have another pair of 8-hole boots that they're the same type of boot. They're the same design. They're the combat boot. They have circles on them, like polka dots with lines in them. But so these are just basic black boots. They're great. What's up, TK? They do have special things in them. Everything that's in there, we have emails for special things. I'll check, but because they make my ears so itchy. Oh no. Okay. So sorry, I'm catching up on messages here. You know what? Let's go ahead and start show and tell a little early, actually. Let me get that up real quickly. Let's pop that right over here. Oh, it looks great. Got some good stuff in here. Okay, so we're going to start show and tell. And then we're going to wrap the show up, I think. But take a look at how this looks so far. We're going to do 15 rows this way. I think this is going to look really good. And I'll post pictures of it later so that you guys can see how it's coming along. There are boots out there made for larger calves, actually. Like there's a whole entire community dedicated to it. It's great. Okay, so Catastrophe special ordered some DK weight Coraline in kitty glitter to make a shawl or a shrug for her sister's wedding, and it's gorgeous. This is the almost finished wrap for her sister and some holiday checks mix. So that's what this is right here. It's so pretty, you guys. I've seen the pattern in person, and you can't really see like the little design that's on there, but it's lovely. And then we have some Chex Mix. Oh my gosh, that looks good. It looks like there's peppermint in there. Sneaking in an extra photo because of the Musselburgh hat is reversible. That's okay. All BK projects. 1 and 2 are Musselburgh hat for my niece. Primary color is kitty glitter, cold as ice, and I believe I held a strand of mithril mohair with the gray. It's beautiful. I love how it turned out. Oh my gosh, it's so cool looking. That's so lovely. 3, working on a stash busher, marled blanket for my father-in-law. That's lovely too. I really like stash busters. You come up with such neat designs and colors with that. It's just so cool. And a bandana for my mother-in-law using murder mittens paired with a rusty orange yarn. Ooh, murder mittens and orange look good together. Love it. I like the way this looks too. That's really neat. Okay, Yarn Pirate. I treated myself to a crochet advent this year. 1 surprise project each week. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. These are the first 3 weeks, and I'm having so much fun with it. So you made this hat. Super cute. Love it. It looks very snuggly. And this is crochet. It's gorgeous. Don't let my cat near that pom-pom, though. This is beautiful. I love the design. Oh, my gosh. These are all crochet. That's so cool. Are you learning a lot, too? I love the lace on this. Miss Monster, slowly but surely making progress on my sock whip. Beautiful. Miss Monster makes the most beautiful socks, you guys. I know, I wouldn't have put them together either, and they look fantastic. Michi finished a cardigan for my secret sister at work, and she loved it. It's so lovely. It looks like it's nice and kind of lightweight, too, and airy. Like it's warm and snuggly, but it's still very airy. Here's the side view of it. I love the secondary color you used on that. Oh, and I love your tag. That's great. Fox Goddess made some ear warmers this week on my Addie with Erin hand dyed over the rainbow. Nice. Crocheted stash bucker scarves. Then the zombie kitty is complete. I love this yarn. It's so pretty. Oh. These are beautiful. The colors look great together. And I love your zombie. Oh my God, he's so cute. I need like 20 of these. Spiderbot coffee cantata socks I'm making for my mom for Christmas. Back loop and twisted cables all over. Those are gorgeous. Those cables are so beautiful. Oh, wow. Crochet hook. A few of the Christmas makes. A baby blanket that got away from me and could cover at least 3 people. A sage green cardigan that I started last night. The mitts that I made and what my hands look like after finishing 32 projects. This is stunning. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's a baby blanket. That baby's going to have that blanket forever. I haven't tried it yet either, crochet. Oh, that looks so snugly warm. I love the motif you have going here. It's beautiful. Oh, your poor hands. Give them a much needed break and some love. Cora. So here's Cora's knitting. She's only been knitting since April. This looks great. Jeez. Like, this is beautiful. Your stitches are so precise. I love it. I love your turtle. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. These are so stinking cute. And the granny squares are really nice too. I love a nice gray and white granny square, by the way. They're just so clean looking. And look at that. You're working on socks. They look great. I also like your tattoo. Let's see. Looks like a shawl. I love your cardigan. And I love your hair too, by the way. Is that a little acorn and a snowball? So cute. Thank you for sharing with us. Casey, this is the modified twist tassels for using fundamental pom-pom technique. The second is a poinsettia flower coaster I had planned to gift, but I had 2 weeks I didn't crochet because of low energy. I'm working on it now. Third, a surprise that appeared at our doorstep this month named Desi. What? This is the fundamental pom-pom technique. Ooh, okay. So instead of having actual like pieces, that's cute. I like that. Here are the sunflower coasters. They're very cute. They look great. Look at that puppy. Oh my gosh. I need that to show up on my doorstep. Yeah, the turtles are adorable. Cast Cappy, my knitted beanie number 5, and the bag is Krampus. Oh my gosh, that bag is amazing. Yes. I also love your needle marker or stoppers. Those are super cute. We've got Triple S, Sierra. So glad to see you today, BK. You brightened up my evening. Thank you. This is my first knitted shawl. Congratulations. All I've ever knitted so far really is mitered squares, and I am loving it so far. Also, my point protectors are too cute with the project not to show you. It also shows the purl side. I love both sides of it. Congratulations. This looks excellent. Your stitches are perfect. They're nice and even. You've got all of your yarn overs going the right way and your decreases going the right way on each side. Like, you're doing a great job. And yes, those are stinking cute. Gothic Hippie working on an Advent shawl, loving the fade. Oh my God, girl, that's gorgeous. I love the baubles on it. What a great show and tell, you guys. So we're going to wrap this up because my voice is starting to go a little bit. But we're going to do one more giveaway. Before we do that, just a quick reminder. So we had a lot of orders come in during our Black Friday sale that were dyed to order. Normally, I would have worked to get those out before the holiday. Sorry. Because we were sick, we're pushing that 4 to 6 week turnaround, which is why it's there. So my apologies that those are going out a little bit later. We will be working on those this coming week, basically, and trying to get those out. I'm putting an additional order in for yarn because we have some more holiday requests that just came through. But that's why you haven't seen those, is because we have been sick for a month. And that includes the last of the box sets as well, because those were open until the end of November. So all of that's going out in the next week to week and a half. You guys will start seeing those in the mail. So just keep an eye out for those. Just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder that if you had ordered stuff and there was dyed to order in it, that's why it's not out yet. Real quick, let's go ahead and do our final giveaway for the night. I know the cactus are so cute. Okay. So our final winner for the evening is Bubble Toes. Congratulations. Glad you're feeling better, good enough to be able to be working and yarning again. Thank you. Bubble, you know how this works. Send me a pattern. Send me your username. I'll get you a pattern over, and happy holidays. We will be back next Tuesday, New Year's Eve, for our New Year's Eve shenanigans. Remember that it is also my birthday event, so we'd love to have you guys there. We're going to celebrate the new year with all of you. Wish me a happy 42nd. We will bring in the new year across the country, so every time zone, we're going to drop that ball for you guys. We're dropping balls left and right. Oh, the hair's left over. Were you Coraline? It would make sense. So I hope that you're there. If you've done it before, you know it's a lot of fun. If you haven't, you'll have a blast. And it's safe, right? Like, you're not going out and having to deal with drunk people. You can be drunk in your house if you want to. We usually do a little fancy cocktail and everything. We will do giveaways for that as well. Remember that the holiday yarn orders close on December 31st. It's the last day that you can order patron exclusive holiday yarn. And if you want to be a patron, you can head over to patreon.com/bosskitty. I love you all. Whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope you have a blast. I hope you have somebody special to celebrate it with other than yourself. And if it's just you, you're good enough, because you guys are freaking awesome. So kiss your kitties and your dogs and your animals and your pets and your people, I guess. And have a wonderful winter. And I will see you guys in a week. Until then, stay cozy. Bye, guys.